Yes, Charles Darwin spoke much about the natural world. That's true. And with some depth of insight in his investigation of the world, he came, the natural world, he came away with some interesting thoughts that have come to take a prominent position in the modern world. What he did say about nature, however, is something we find also in the Bhagavad, a text that predates him by thousands of years. There's a nice statement there, Jivo jivasya jivanam. One living being is food for another. It is another way of saying that the survival of the fittest is more or less what goes on in nature. But of course the Bhagavad doesn't end there. While accurately assessing the nature of the natural world, a struggle where living beings identify, as I said, locally rather than universally, with likes and dislikes, happies and sads, making fences, creating artificial differences and so forth, distancing themselves from one another, and so on. They struggle. We struggle with one another. One living being is food for another. We are hunters and we are being hunted. So it's not a friendly environment, so to speak. But if we stop the hunting, the Bhagavatam goes on to give a solution that those who survive will be those who develop humility and meekness. Survival of the, not the weakest, but the strongest, but the strength comes in humility, patience, tolerance, and so forth. And that can only come to the extent that we move away from the enjoying and the exploiting spirit. As much as we rise above our identification with matter, seeing it as something to exploit for ourselves, as much as we become free, really, from the struggle for existence. It's an illusory struggle. The identity that we struggle to maintain is not maintainable. It's not sustainable. We want sustainability in the full sense of the term. We have to draw upon that ground of being, that we are where we belong, that we're part of it, where we can stand, and the ground will not be taken out from underneath us, and so forth. So, of course, Darwinian evolution is a big topic and interesting and so forth. I wouldn't look at it as a centerpiece for explaining everything about life and the meaning of life, and those who tend to do that tend to end up finding no meaning and no ultimate value in life and so forth. But something can be drawn from his insights, I think, that are useful, and as I say, they're echoed, or he's echoing something that the rishis, the sages, have said, Jivo jivasya jivanam, in a very simple and basic sense. We agree, one living being is food for another. Problem. How to solve the problem, then. This is what spiritual life is really all about.